All right, people. We are in
Hello.
Why do you have to ruin the intro?
My bad, bro. Go ahead.
You fucked it all up.
No, keep this in the
For those who know this kid, this is Michi No Ball, my boy Michi. And we're actually in Las Vegas. And we're doing the picks video before the card tomorrow. UFC 317. Main event, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Alexandre Pantoja versus KKF. Joshua Van versus Revolve. It's like a stack card. You ready, buddy?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's do it. First of all, I just want to say I'm super happy to be on this channel. Thank you to Eric for allowing me to be on here.
It's such an honor, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, everybody who's been coming over from my channel, this kid is a generational talent, and you know, he has qualities of Epstein, but he's a much better kid. So he will go far. He will go far in life. So yeah, sorry, I don't want to hype.
No, that was great. That was a great.
Go ahead, please. What were you gonna say?
Great introduction for people who don't know me from Michi's channel. That's the great intro.
That's a great intro. Right.
But
let's go through it.
I'm gonna put this on the screen. I got a parlay, and when this shit hits, your boy's gonna be hype. All the loss I've had, we're not gonna talk about numbers, but let's just say it's not going well. We're in Vegas. Your boy is down. He's not doing good. He's doing all right. We're not gonna talk numbers, but I'm
doing more than all right.
All right. It's gotta be. It's like a bittersweet feeling because I'm glad he's doing well, but then I look at how well I'm doing and it's just fucking horrible. It's god awful. Okay, but let's actually get into the picks. You know, enough bullshit. We're not gonna do early prelims. The only good exciting fight on that, there's a fight missing on here on this screen, but Jacoby Smith versus Nico Price. Like, the odds on this are insane. Jacoby Smith, it has 2 KOs, one on the contender series and Dana White's contender series, and one in the UFC. His debut got a first round KO against the Parsons guy, whatever his name is, and he's gonna KO Nico Price. It's a given. Like, this guy's like fucking 35. He's towards the latter end of his career. He's a minus 2100 favorite. Like, bro, you're making no money if you bet on it. So there's no point on betting on that, but you can if you want. Let's do the actual prelims, starting with Terrence McKinney versus Borshevik. I don't know how fucking his name. He's Russian. Okay? I don't know what the fuck his name is, but
right.
McKinney, the thing about McKinney is if you go through his fight history, he's like kind of like Yuri Prohaska, because he's always in a fight that ends with a KO or a submission or somebody gets fucked up. He either surprises and does amazing, or he flops and gets KO'd. Terrence McKinney's always in exciting fights. If you're going to put a bet on this fight, I would bet it doesn't go the distance. But then again, like, this guy, I don't know his shit. I tap his screen. Let me see. His history, his fight history. He lost his last fight against Nolan, whoever the fuck that is. He beat Long Top, and then he lost to Chase Hooper. And he got subbed by Chase Hooper. And Chase Hooper's pretty good, so...
That was before Chase Gooning started gooning.
Oh, yeah. That's a good take right there.
Yeah. Chase Hooper, the gooner.
So that's what he knows. He's not like a savant of UFC, but he knows the Chase Hooper goons.
No. I'm here for sex appeal, because God knows we don't get enough of it on this channel with just Eric, you know what I mean? So
this is an amazing idea having you on the channel.
You have to bring me on for the sex appeal.
It's very thoughtful. I'm going Terrence McKinney, most likely by knockout. He's not a submission artist. That's where I'm leaning. You?
I'd go with your gut, man. I honestly have no idea.
He's the favorite. It's pretty close odds, though.
McKinney. I mean, yeah.
Okay, this is a random picks video. We're casuals at the end of the day, especially when it comes to prelim fights. Like, as it pertains to like main card fights and like guys we know. Like, even for him, he would know Brandon Royval, Joshua Van, and their recent history and their fights. So like, as it pertains to like fucking Vivian Arahu, or I don't even know how to say her fucking name, and Tracy Cortez. Araujo?
Yeah, Araujo.
Okay, well, you're Latino, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you how to
even though it's Brazilian, so that's not really Latino, but it's fucking, you're Hispanic.
Yeah. Tracy Cortez,
low-key bad.
Low-key, yeah.
No, she actually is like bad.
Yeah,
she's like, for a girl UFC fighter, she's bad. And she was on a streak, I think, right before she lost to Rose. Yeah, she beat Jasmine Udavicius, who's like an insane submission artist who's on a run, probably a fight away from like getting a title shot. She's not bad. I would have to go Tracy Cortez, but that Rose loss really set her back. So this is a good fight, low key for a prelim. That's like fireworks. And Vivian, whatever. Araujo. See, I gotta ask advice. She has nasty kicks. She's good. She's not bad. She lost to Ribas, lost to Grasso. She lost to Natalia Silva. She's had a rough couple of last fights, but she's losing to the best. Like, Natalia Silva just beat fucking Grasso, and she's gonna fight for the belt next. This actually should be a good fight for like chicks and a prelim fight. This is gonna be a good fight. I'm gonna go Tracy Cortez. I think she's probably the favorite. Yeah, she is a favorite. She's a minus 225 favorite. I got Tracy. You?
I got Tracy. Yeah, definitely.
Because she looks hot, or just
no?
just
She gives me.
it?
I think she's gonna be a future Hillary Clinton. Looks very smart.
What the fuck did that was
it's my analysis, bro. You asked me to be honest.
No, but that just came out of nowhere.
I'm telling you, bro. Okay. She's like a future Hillary. I'm telling you, she's beautiful.
That's a legendary take right there.
Go ahead.
Okay, next we got Jose Miguel Delgado versus Haider Emil. And Haider Emil's an underdog, which I'm surprised because he had an impressive-ass performance against William Gomis. And William Gomis is a beast. That guy's actually insane. But Haider Emil's just like a dog. He just walks forward. It's kind of like Charles Oliveira, like takes significant damage, like Chito Vera on fights, scraps. He's really good. I'm going Haider Emil. I have that in my picks. I got him winning as an underdog. He's plus 130 underdog. The Delgado kid, I get why people are hyped about him. You know, like, I think he's on his first... Yeah, he had one fight in the UFC, and it was a KO. And he is good. He's promising. I think he had, like, a couple submission wins. Like, overall, he's a good fighter. So this is a good test for Haider Emil. But, bro, he's a chin of steel. That guy doesn't go down. Like, I don't think he's going to get KO'd. But overall, that's a firework fight. Like, that fight's going to be amazing. So I'm excited to see it. I think Haider Emil's going to win.
Who's the favorite? It's Haider Emil?
Haider Emil's an underdog, bro. Delgado's a favorite. He had one fight in the UFC and got a KO. And he's like 9-1 overall. He's pretty good.
He came to a contender series, or what was
No, I think he just popped up in a random fight. Okay. I don't think it was contender series.
Yeah, I'll go with him. I'll go with my Latino brother.
Oh, Delgado?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it's fucking racism over here. The fucking Haider Emil's Filipino. So that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao could root for him, bro. I'm not
okay, well,
you might Manny's Filipino, right?
I'd be fucked up if he
isn't.
He is. He's trying to be a governor or some shit.
I think so, yeah.
He's
I'll vote for him.
Okay, let's just next fight. Jack Hermanson versus Gregory Rodriguez. And these guys this is bound not to go the distance. Like, I even bet it's not going the distance, and that was a favorite. That was minus 110. Like, this is bound to be fireworks. These guys they scrap. And G-Rod hits like a tank. Jack Hermanson, I think he beat Piper back in the day. Let me see here. I think G-Rod's coming off that tough loss against Cannonier. Yeah, he did. He got KO'd in the fourth. But G-Rod's fought a bunch of tough guys. Like, he fought in Moano back in the day and won. Like, Chidi is really good. Yeah, overall, he beat the Iron Turtle by KO. The amount of KOs on this guy's resume. He either gets KO'd or, like, it's insane.
What the hell is the Iron Turtle?
It's the Asian dude. Like, that's his nickname. His real name's something Park. Like, I don't know his fucking real name. But everyone calls him the Iron Turtle. He just fought this last weekend in the fucking Azerbaijan card.
Really?
Yeah, he fought in the Azerbaijan card. He got a win. He got eye poke, like, bad as fuck. And he got hit in the nuts or some shit. Like, there was an illegal play. Oh, he got kneed. He got kneed while having a knee down or some shit. It was, like, fucked. Like, and he still came back and won. It just shows how big that guy Bellato is of a flopper. Like, that was terrible. But, yeah, I got... In this fight, it's kind of a pick'em. Like, it's very close. Hermanson is the underdog, but you can't really count him out because he has KO power. Yeah, he beat Piper. I was right. He beat Piper, lost to Delitse, beat Chris Curtis, lost to Strickland. But these guys just scrap. He beat Edmund Shabazian, who's looking really good nowadays. Hermanson could win, but he's much older. These guys are both old. I'm leaning G-Rod just because he needs a win off that Cannonier loss. I got G-Rod. Who do you got?
Hermanson? I'll go with Hermanson, yeah.
You got Hermanson?
Yeah, I guess.
Watch you fucking smoke me in this pick so you have no idea anything and you just fucking smoke me. That wouldn't make you... Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, main event. These are the main card fights. We got Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. And this is like a big fight for Peyton Talbot because he came into the UFC with so much hype. You know, he KO'd Cameron Simon, I'm pretty sure. He looked great coming up. Then he had that last fight against Barcelos. And Barcelos ragdolled the fuck out of him. The whole fight showed that he's not a grappler. Showed that he's kind of like Sean O'Malley where he's one-dimensional. And, you know, it's like he can never make a run in that bantamweight division without grappling. And he's sworn to have worked on his grappling sense and his jiu-jitsu. And Felipe Lima is like a good test because that guy's a submission artist. He's really good. What's his overall record? He's 2-0 in the UFC. One submission and one unanimous decision. So he's a good prospect as well, bro. And he beat the Johns guy, yeah. And I think it's Miles Johns. And he's like overall a good prospect. Peyton's a good prospect as well. He really needs a win. He's an underdog right now. I want to see Peyton win, but part of me thinks Felipe Lima will win by submission. I'm going to go Payton. I hope he gets a KO because he really fucking needs it. And all this Frank fucking Ocean talk about him, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But he needs a win. So I'm going Payton. But I wouldn't bet on that fight. I just wouldn't. Who do you got?
I'll go with Payton Tabot. Yeah, I've heard of him. I don't know this other guy. 2 fights and already in the main card of the UFC is kind of crazy, though.
Yeah, but no, it's mainly because Payton. Payton brings such a big draw.
Really?
And, yeah, bro, he's like a huge fan base. Like for a guy who has like no crazy resume, just because he came into the UFC like
a lot of
nasty, like KOs, like good performances, but then he got humbled last fight against Barcelos. Yeah, I don't know, and apparently he's like sucking Frank Ocean's dick, and he's gay, and there's all these zesty rumors, and then people were like talking about how he did this like 10v1 date thing with a bunch of girls, and he was like zesty the whole time, and it was clear he wasn't into the chicks. Super groundbreaking stuff with all that.
Yeah, great analysis from you, bro.
You know, I have to let the people know. Like, it's important. Like, that goes into this fight, you know.
Yeah,
he has a chip on his shoulder. He's trying to show he's not zesty. He needs a KO.
Right.
Okay, I'm going Payton. I'm going Payton. He's got Payton too.
Yeah.
Next fight. Now, these last 4 fights are all fire fights. These are going to be fucking amazing fights. Beneil Dariush and Renato Moicano. And we all know Moicano just subbed in for Arman Tsarukyan with a day's notice against Islam. And he just got humbled. You know, it just showed the levels. He just shows the levels of Islam. Islam's really that guy. Took on Moicano first round, submitted him with a darts choke, made it look easy. Beneil Dariush, they're both older guys, you know. You saw in the press conference, Moicano said, "I'm 15 days younger than you," or something. Like, they're like right around the same age. They're older. Beneil Dariush really needs this fight too. He got knocked out by Arman Tsarukyan. What was the other loss? It was against top competition. I think it was Charles. Yeah, it was Charles Oliveira. He got KO'd by Charles. And he's coming off back-to-back KO losses. So it's kind of like the Volk situation. But Volk was clearly against better competition. The odds are basically a pick'ems. It's 105 and minus 115. They're the same. It could go either way here. I think Beneil really needs this win. But Moicano still needs this win just as much, coming off that tough loss. And I'm leaning Moicano. I would have to say Moicano, but Beneil could get it done. A lot of people sleep on him because he just got KO'd back to back, and people are counting him out. But Beneil's really good. Like, he had a lot of promise early on in his career, so I'm going Moicano. I don't know what you're thinking.
I don't know. I saw him at the press conference yesterday, and I think Beneil was the more like even keel guy. Moicano is just always such a hothead and like a crash out. He was talking about how he's balding, so he's like more mature. I don't know. The guy's weird. I would tend to say that Moicano, just because I feel like he needs this win coming off that loss against Islam. I feel like if he loses this, I don't really see a future for him in the UFC. Honestly, I don't know if you agree with that or not. I mean, I just like, obviously he still has a future.
He's never gonna make a run for the title.
He'll never make a run for the title. So I think, look, I'll go with the crazy guy. I'll go with Moicano, man. I think he has it in him.
I'm leaning Moicano, but I could see a reality where Dariush wins this, gets a top 5 fight, maybe a Gamrot, maybe a Dan Hooker. And then he goes on a little run, gets a rematch against Tsarukyan, something down the line. But this is his last chance. He loses to Moicano. Both of these guys, this is their last chance to make a statement, win. Because if either of these guys lose, they're basically saying, I'm never making a run for the title. Right. So it's a big fight for both of them.
You see it go in the distance, or how do you see this happening?
I see it go in the distance.
Yeah.
You know, I think if Beneil drops him, that could be a good thing for Moicano, and then he could get a sub. I don't see Moicano knocking him out. Yeah. Moicano's not like this knockout artist. I think it goes the distance. As for this next fight, Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. This, I think, is the sleeper fight of the evening. I think this will be the fight of the night. This kid, Joshua Van, is like a stud, and he's our age. He's literally 23 years old.
He's crazy.
Everyone's got to be rooting for him. You know, to take this fight on 3 weeks' notice. I saw in an interview, he didn't know who fucking Brandon Royval was. They just said, do you want the number 1 contender? He's like, oh yeah, Brandon Royval. Like, he knew of him, but he didn't know how good he was until after he started watching film. Like, bro, he just basically said, I will take on the number 1 contender, whoever it is, which is, you got to give him credit for it. Brandon Royval, you know, might be the best striker in that division. He's a submission artist as well, but he's a really good fighter. And Joshua Van is showing he might be the best striker in that division. So I think this is going to be fireworks. It's a pick'ems also. They're both minus 102 and minus 118. It could go either way. But I think so many people are sleeping on Royval and what he's done. Like, he lost to Moreno back in the day, but that was because he had a torn labrum in his fucking shoulder. And I literally know what that's like. That's what I have right now. And he fucking gets the rematch, wins in the split decision. After that, he beats Tatsuro Taira, who's like the most promising undefeated guy on a come up. Now Joshua Van's another guy coming up, doing a crazy tear in the fucking division. I just think Royval slept on. And I think he'll get the third fight against Pantoja because I think he's going to win, and I think Pantoja's going to win. I'm leaning Royval, but my heart wants Joshua Van to win and get a title shot. Because in the press conference, they said winner of this fight is going to fight for the belt. And that's like the only good news of the press conference. Like, we went yesterday and that shit was ass. Like the interviewers, the questions were fucking terrible. I don't know what they were on. They got to get someone like Guru down there. Even me, I would ask better fucking questions than asking Ilia 50 times.
What's your legacy?
Yeah, what's your legacy? What does it feel like knocking out legends? Do you feel guilty? What will this fight do for your career? Like, what are those questions, bro?
Dana, is he gonna be the face of the UFC? Like, bro, who the fuck cares?
It's just weird.
Nobody cares about that shit.
It was a terrible press conference. I think the only thing that came out of it news-wise that was good was hearing winner of this will fight the winner of Pantoja KKF for the belt. But I'm leading Royval. It could go either way. I hope Van wins, though. What do you got?
Joshua Van is probably one of my favorite fighters currently. I watched him, obviously, like Eric said 3 weeks ago. I forget who did he beat?
Silva.
He beat
the number
Silva,
12 seed.
And he was just fucking him up with the body shots, man. It was just a masterclass. Just completely outclassed him. So I know Royval's fought for the title a couple times, but I just think Joshua Van is one of those guys in the come up. And I would go with Joshua Van to get the win. I think maybe like a third round TKO.
That'd be dope.
I think he gets that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good ass fight. I think it'll be the fight of the night. Okay. Co-main event, Alexandre Pantoja, who has he's on a 7-fight win streak, 3 straight title defenses, against KKF, who's coming off a crazy knockout first-round KO against Steve Erceg, who Pantoja fought Steve Erceg, and they went 5 rounds. He fought Steve Erceg, he knocks him out in the first. And a lot of people forget, KKF and Pantoja fought back in the day on The Ultimate Fighter, and it's not on their record, so you don't really see it. But they fought back in the day and Pantoja won. And KKF deserves the title shot because there's not really any guys who Pantoja hasn't already beat in that conversation. Like, Pantoja already beat Moreno. He already beat Royval. Like, there's no one else to put, like, ahead of KKF. So, KKF getting the title shot is deserved. It could go either way just because KKF could pull a JDM against Bilal and, like, stuff the takedowns, fuck him up on the feet, and win this fight. But it's not going to be easy. Pantoja's a submission artist. He's not terrible on the feet. He's a fucking chin, man. He gets chinned he gets hit so many times, keeps moving forward. He's just a fucking beast of a guy. I got to go Pantoja. He is the favorite. Minus 238 versus KKF being a plus 195. I want KKF to win, though. It'll spice things up in the division rather than fucking Pantoja just staying on this crazy win streak. This would be an 8-fight win streak, 4 straight title defenses. Like, he's got a ways to go to beat Demetrius Johnson, like Mighty Mouse, because Mighty Mouse had, like, what, a 12-fight title win streak? Like, it was fucking nuts. Like, I don't think anybody's going to top what, DJ did, but I got Pantoja. I think Pantoja will get it done. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kaikara Perez is a great striker, obviously, but I think Pantoja, I don't know, he just has, like, this aura of inevitability
he's a
about him.
beast.
And so, wait, whoever wins the Royval Van fight will fight the winner of this one, and then
exactly.
Wouldn't they just flip-flop the matchups?
They
Because the loser of this will probably fight the loser of that, no?
Yeah, they could do exactly that.
Just, like, literally flip it around? Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I'll go with Pantoja. But I do want to see an NU in this fight card, man. I really think it would be cool to see a new champion be crowned. So I think Pantoja will win, but I'm going to root for KKF just because, New Zealand, All Blacks, whatever the fuck that has to do with it. I'll go.
Wait, where did that pop out from? Literally, I was just like, what the fuck does that mean?
The rugby team, the All Blacks from New Zealand.
Oh, I thought this was a race thing.
No, he was FaceTiming. What the fuck?
Bro, you said All Blacks. I'm like, what the fuck?
Trying to cancel me on his channel. No, the All Blacks are like the rugby team in New Zealand, and he was like talking to them. I don't know. Yeah, I saw the name.
Okay, I had no idea what you did.
This is not. I'm not a. I'll go with Pantoja, but I want KKF.
I want KKF. Just like Royval, I'm gonna go Royval, but I want Van to win. I'm gonna go Pantoja. I want KKF to win, and they could flip flop like you said, or since Pantoja's done so much for that division, they might just give him a rematch if it's a close, good fight.
That's true.
That could actually happen.
They might just give him the rematch.
Either way, I think Pantoja wins. We both do. Finally, the main event of the fucking evening. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. We're going to be there in the flesh watching this fight. We're going to watch this KO go down because it's going to be a KO. It's going to be Ilia Topuria. You can't tell me otherwise. Charles Oliveira does walk forward. He does take damage. He always gets hit. But it's not like he hasn't dealt with good strikers before. He beat Dustin. He beat Justin, who are the best, strikers at that time. But I think Ilia's on a different level. I think now that he has 10 more pounds of muscle, his confidence is just next level.
Crazy.
And it's just like he's at the same position Prime Connor was in when he moved up and fought Eddie Alvarez for the second belt. It's the same like fucking situation. Like an undefeated featherweight moves up and gets crowned for the second belt. It's just Eddie. I do think Conor McGregor was a better fighter, like more well-rounded, but it's hard to say because Ilia did sub Bryce Mitchell, but that's because he dropped him first. So we don't really know how good on the floor Ilia is, and Charles could really expose him for being a fraud about being how good he is on the floor. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Ilia keeps it on the feet. I think he knocks him out, possibly in one. In the press conference, he went up to him like they're doing the face-off. Who does that? He's like, "I'm sorry, I had to be you. I already won."
He's insane.
Like he's fucking talking mad shit,
Crazy.
but it's not like fake talking shit. Like it's like he really believes that.
Believes
like I really think he believes it, and I think he wins too, and I think he wins by KO. But it's gonna be a fire fight. It's gonna be lit. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be that or the Van fight is gonna be fight of the night. Who do you got?
I mean, I'm a huge Ilia fan, so I'm gonna go with Ilia. I've never seen really Ilia tested that much in the UFC. Jai Herbert had him with the head kick, and then he nearly knocked him out, but then he knocked the fuck out of Jai Herbert.
Yeah.
Josh Emmett a couple times had him in that fight, like got him with good shots, but he was always in control.
Yeah, he fucked up Josh Emmett.
He fucked him up. Had one of the few 10-7 rounds in the history of the UFC in that fight. And then he goes up against Volkanovski, he goes up against Holloway, knocks him out both. That KO on Volk was disgusting.
Yeah.
We watched Volk in the Miami card against Diego Lopez, and Volk has a chin, bro, because he was getting. Yeah,
bro. He got dropped at the end of the second against Diego Lopez.
Got him with a nasty
still
uppercut,
continued.
and Ilia got him with an overhand and literally put him to sleep. It wasn't a TKO. He put him to sleep. So
yeah.
I just think Ilia Topuria has this aura of just. He's literally he seems invincible to me.
Yeah, he does seem invincible.
I think he'll end his career in the UFC undefeated. I don't think anybody will beat him.
Honestly. I think the fight we need to see after this. So if he wins this fight, there's 3 guys in the conversation for number 1 contender: Justin Gaethje, Arman Tsarukyan, and then Paddy Pimblett.
Right.
I think those 3 need to fight each other somehow. Arman should be in the front of that list, 100%. He should be number 1 because he beat Charles, and Charles is getting a title fight. He deserves to get a title fight. But at the same time, Paddy versus Ilia would be such a big fight just because of the lead up and they hate each other and they have this history. I personally want to see Paddy next. I think Paddy needs to fight Gaethje though. I think they need to announce that fight. I think Paddy needs to run through Gaethje and make a point that he deserves to fight for the title rather than, kind of getting gifted it. Like you can't just beat Michael Chandler and get a title shot. Like Michael Chandler's not that guy. Like the guy's he's like 2-5 in the UFC.
He sucks.
Like bro, he's overrated. Like he came into the UFC hot because he KOs Dan Hooker and then he KOs a washed Tony Ferguson who nobody knew was going to be as washed as Tony Ferguson is.
What did he beat in Bellator? That was like a huge win.
Oh fuck, Pitbull. No, he lost to Pitbull.
He beat some guy in Bellator, and that's why he came into the UFC.
I should know this, but I don't.
It's fine.
But at the same time, yeah, Michael Chandler's not that guy. So you can't come off of 2 wins. They were KOs, but 2 wins against King Green and Chandler and get a title shot. You just can't do that. Like that's fucked. If that's the case, Rufy just KO'd King Green. So that means Rufy KOs Chandler and he gets a title shot? No, bro. He needs a couple fights. So I think Paddy fights Gaethje. Arman gets maybe Gamrot or Dan Hooker. The Gamrot rematch would be great. But overall, this fight's going to be insane. The future for Ilia, if he gets this KO, is so promising.
He can move up.
He can move up like he wants to, like he claims.
They'll make him vacate if he moves up?
Yeah, they're going to make him vacate.
So this guy, if he wins the welterweight, he could have had 3 belts, but they're gonna make him vacate all of them.
Yeah, but he can't defend all 3 belts. Either way, he'll be the first champion to ever get 3 belts.
3 belts.
Alex Pereira is the only other guy who can do that. Like if he moves up to heavyweight and beats Tom Aspinall, he could do that. But he won't do that. He won't beat Tom Aspinall. Yeah, so we both got Ilia.
Definitely.
We hope down the line we see Ilia versus Paddy, and then Ilia moves up and then fights Islam. But yeah, overall, I'm super hyped for this weekend. This card is gonna be insane. We tried going to the UFC X shit where it's like a meet and greet or you could have some interactions with the fighters. But bro, that shit was a fucking frenzy. It was retarded. Like bro, the line just to get in was like there must have been 2,000 people. It was probably like an hour wait.
Disney World, bro.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was a 2-hour wait just to get in. And then once we get in, we found out there's going to be tables and you got to wait in lines at each table to meet a fighter. Like fuck that. Like I was trying to get good content for you guys of me like doing body shot challenges. Like calling people's bluff, like making like little reels of like saying, "Oh, I know you punch like a bitch. Let me see." And then he punches me, and then I probably end up on the floor, fucking gagging for my life.
Yeah. I would be there with the camera right in his face.
Yeah, exactly. He would have loved it.
Getting every angle of that shit.
But yeah, we didn't get to do UFC X. At least we're gonna go tomorrow and watch the fucking fight. Yeah. We're super hyped for it. Yeah, man. As for what content's coming next, expect more pick'ems like this. Just overall, leave some comments of what you want to know. Maybe oddly enough, we'll run into some UFC fighters, and I could ask some questions, get some short interactions. Because Vegas is tight knit. You go down the strip, you're gonna see a bunch of fucking people. But
we saw.
Kayla Harrison. We're going through the flight. Like we get on her flight. She's in first class. I'm walking by, and I'm literally looking at this bitch like, bro, she looks fucking massive. Huge, bro. Like, this bitch is a tank. And I keep calling her a bitch, and I know she'd fuck me up. It's a compliment. She would ragdoll the fuck out of me. She's huge, bro. In person, because she's only like 5'4", 5'5". She can't be that tall. But she's fucking a tank, bro. She must walk around near my weight, near like 170. Like, I'm pretty fat right now. I'm like 185. But she's a tank. And yeah, we saw her like randomly enough on the flight. She was eating a bagel, so I don't want to fucking disturb her. I was gonna say, yo, congrats on the Juliana Pena win. You mind if I get an interview after? I was gonna say that, and then I see her chomping on a bagel, and she looks like a fucking demon. And I'm like,
someone when they're in the middle of eating a bagel. Bro.
No, bro, I don't want to. I didn't even want to do that. Like even if she wasn't eating the bagel, I was like kind of like thinking like, bro, fuck, do I say something? Like I was like, nah, that's too much. But yeah, like all the fighters are here this weekend. It's an international fight weekend.
Yeah, it's Vegas,
and it's Vegas. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some fighters. Let me know what type of content you guys want to see next, whether it be a tier list, top 10 list. Maybe this kid will come back on the channel for some other shit. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully the event tomorrow is gas, and thank you for watching.
Peace, guys.
Thanks so much.
That was a good video, bro. I fucked with that.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah.